Okay, let's get into the NFL Divisional Round. All right, the first game is the 10-7 Houston Texans at Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are the prior year Super Bowl winner, and they are 15-2. The game is on ESPN or ABC at 3:30. The announcers in the booth are Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. And on the sidelines is Lisa Salters. And I wanted to call attention to this because as I announced, the folks that are calling the game, the ladies are on the sidelines in all 4 games. So that was very interesting to me. Congratulations to all these ladies who get to cover sports because it's not common. So, what do you think about that? That's going to be an interesting.
Stats you got there?
Okay, so for the Texans, some notable C.J. Stroud. What's wrong with my stats?
It's interesting that for the Texans, you have all these things listed out, and then Chief, you have Mahomes to Kelsey.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. C.J. Stroud, he led them to a victory last week with 282 passing yards and a rushing touchdown.
Ooh.
So, I mean, he balled out last week. So, that's of note. Now, he's the one that you said he was
sophomore slump.
Sophomore slump. But I think he's about to be a junior pretty quick.
Yeah. Texans running back is Joe Mixon.
Okay. All right. Well, I did see him all over the field, and he was doing pretty good. So, I did not double-check some of my facts, though. And as far as the Chiefs, they've got a lot of they've just been creative all year because, let's face it, they are not playing to their usual standards. I don't think anybody in the United States could say that they have played the way that they have in the past few years. But this is their first postseason game, and we all know that they play differently in the postseason than they do in the regular season.
Oh, yeah.
And I do think, given Travis's ability to make plays and make things happen, I just think he's going to be a go-to, and I think that they've saved it for all of this. So, but it's going to depend on coverage and what goes on.
Now time for my pick.
Okay.
For the Texans to win this, they're going to have to play like they did against the Chargers, but 10 times better. Because the Chiefs are better than the Chargers. I was saying, they are better than them. I might not think they're the best team in the NFL, but what?
I'm just shocked to hear you say that because I'm a Chiefs fan. He's an Eagles fan. We go back and forth about this. Because he, pretty much talks trash about the Chiefs all the time.
I really do.
Just to aggravate me. And he thinks that the referees and Pat Mahomes got something going on.
Because they do. They do. I was going to get to that.
All right, I beat you there. All right.
Okay. I do think the Chiefs are much better than the Chargers, both defense and offense-wise. But they have Mahomes. They have Kelsey. They have their legion of tight ends.
They do have a legion
of 3 receiving tight ends.
They do.
Really good. Xavier Worthy, a wide receiver. Mm-hmm. What's his name? He got traded from the Titans.
I don't remember.
What's his name?
You asking me his name.
I forgot his name.
Anyway, keep going.
But he's a wide receiver, got traded from the Titans to the Chiefs, and he's doing really good. Him, Kareem Hunt and Pacheco at running back. I just think they might be too much for the Texans. It might be too much.
Well, there are a lot of players with the ability to make plays. Mm-hmm. Now, will they get the ball and get the chance to make plays is going to be the question. But, they've got one of the best coaches in NFL history. And you just can't go wrong with the fact that his nickname is Big Red as well. So, Andy Reid is the bomb.com.
Just think, the Chiefs they're going for a 3-piece. They're going to play even harder.
They are.
And playoff Chiefs are even scarier than the playoff Rams.
They are.
So, I'm picking the Chiefs.
Well, I'm going to pick the Chiefs, too. Another thing, the Chiefs didn't play last week. They did have to rest. They had 3 games within 10 or 11 days right there. They recovered. Mm-hmm. That may throw the rhythm off a little bit.
Listen.
But wait, I'm not done. Okay. Pat Mahomes, he's still got that high ankle sprain he's probably limping around with. And he's got a new baby boy. Or girl. New baby. Anyway, he's got a new baby. So third kid has just got here. So he might be a little distracted, but he is a winner. So we'll see. And of note, Texans defense, if they play lights out like they did last week, that's gonna be
tough.
That's gonna be a handle.
Really tough.
That's gonna be a handle.
This honestly could be a field goal game, like you said.
It might be a field goal game. Honestly. Look, a lot of the Chiefs games have been a field goal game.
Hey, another thing to point out: they haven't scored over They haven't scored 30 points in a game. Not
There was
once.
one.
No.
It's like
They have
31.
not this season.
Are you sure?
I'm sure they have not scored 30 points a game. The Chiefs.
I would like to dispute that fact because I think there was one game, and we will cover that when we do the wrap up after the weekend's over. All right, you ready to move along to the next game?
Let's go.
Because this one's going to be a doozy.
Ooh.
Number 2, the Washington Commanders at the Detroit Lions. The Lions, God help them. Okay, so the Commanders are 12-5, and the Lions are 15-2. That's going to be Saturday at 7 o'clock Central Time on Fox. In the booth is Kevin Burkhardt, and Greg Olson. On the sideline is Erin Andrews. She is one of my favorite sideline reporters, so I'll be excited to see her. Yeah, the cats are running around acting crazy. Jaden Daniels. I can't read my own handwriting. I'm sorry. Jaden Daniels. He's dual threat. He's just a dual threat. He can do anything.
He can run, he can pass, he can do it all.
Is he going to be Rookie of the Year?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. He's balling. Terry
McLaurin.
He beats and stretches everybody's defense when he goes deep, and he's got the ability to make plays.
I'll agree with you on that one. You got your facts right for that one.
Okay, now the Lions. Oh my gosh, Jared Goff. He's just been leading the team. This is their second playoff bid in several years.
It's really good.
They won 2 rounds last year, but they lost the conference championship. And Amon-Ra St. Brown. I wish he had a different first name, but he don't. St. Brown. He's just hard. He's a beast. He's hard to beat.
Okay. You forgot to mention their running back duo.
Okay.
Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery. How could you forget Sonic and Knuckles, Mama?
I forgot Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic and Knuckles was not recommended in my facts. I'm sorry.
And I do like this game. It'll be interesting, but I see the Lions winning.
Yeah, well.
Pretty easy pick.
I think it's going to be a grind for both of them. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a field goal game.
No.
This game I think it's going to be the most physical game this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these two are absolutely going to try to kill each other.
Okay.
So
I'm going to even go out on a limb and say Detroit wins by over a touchdown.
Wow. You believe in Dan the Man, don't you?
I do.
He's a good coach. He is. All right. Of note, this is the first postseason matchup between Washington and the Lions since 1991. Mm-hmm. They have not played each other in the postseason in 35 years.
Wow.
So that's historic, if nothing else. All right, game 3. We got the LA Rams at the Eagles. The Rams are 10-7. The Eagles are 14-3. This is going to be Sunday at 2 o'clock on NBC. Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth are in the booth, and Michelle Tafoya is the sideline reporter. So for the Rams, quarterback Matthew Stafford, he may have lost his home, I think. I saw in the last couple of days. I can't imagine trying to make a Super Bowl run.
Aaron Donald, he's retired.
Okay. Well, see, I told you I got bad information. Be talking to my chat GPT, you'd be failing me today. But I do know that Matthew Stafford had to evacuate for the fire, and maybe by this point he probably may not have a house. But
I hope all is going well for him.
Oh, and shout out to the Arizona NFL team, because they sent buses and planes and all kind of stuff for the Rams, and picked them up and brought them out to their stadium, put them up in hotels. They brought their family, they brought their pets, and I just think that's an amazing show of support. So
good job, Cardinals.
Honorable mention to the Cardinals. So, all right, say something about the Rams since I got bad information.
Okay. Wide receiver Puka Nacua, I like him.
Oh, that's him. I like saying his name. Puka Mapua. I call him all kind of stuff.
I do like the Rams, mainly D-line. They were killing the Vikings last week, so I like that. Kyron Williams, running back, I like him. He's pretty nice to watch. All right, now do we need to go for the Eagles?
The Eagles, well, Jalen, he's always dual threat, Roll Tide. And then, his wide receiver of choice sometimes is Smitty, Roll Tide.
He's not wide receiver 1.
He's not wide receiver 1?
A.J. Brown is wide receiver 1.
Well, but him and Jalen was kind of fussing and fighting, so he ain't been getting the ball as much.
That was weeks ago, and they settled it.
Okay, whatever. I like Smitty, Roll Tide, and Saquon.
Don't even need to say nothing.
I just ain't got to say nothing else. So who you picking?
Okay, this is good. This is a good one. I like this. I got the Eagles, but this I think will be the field goal game. Look, the Eagles played, or honestly, I don't know. But I got the Eagles winning because the Eagles played the Rams in the regular season, and they clobbered them. There's no other way to put it. They killed them. The pass game wouldn't work that well, so guess what they did? Handed it off to Saquon. He had like almost 250 yards that game, I think. He was going crazy. So unless the Rams can prepare for Saquon Barkley, then they will not win this.
Yeah, I have to go Eagles on this just because I just love the amount of Alabama players that they have on their team, but they are still a very balanced team. And the Rams are coming out of a pretty physical game.
They are.
So I just feel like they're going to be tired. They're still going to be stressed about the house, but they do have something to play for. So this could be super scary.
I just think the Eagles O-line is much better than the Rams D-line. I like the Rams D-line, but the Eagles O-line is crazy. Best O-line in the NFL.
Well,
simply put,
this is a rematch of the 2022 NFC Championship, and the Rams barely beat the Eagles and went on to the Super Bowl. So, holy moly, it could repeat itself 3 years later.
History could repeat itself.
It could, and they got something to ball for. So, all right, last game: Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills.
This is the game of the week right here.
Oh, I wish this was on Monday night just because it'd be better. But anyway, so the Ravens are 12-5 and the Bills are 13-4. This is going to be Sunday at 5:30 Central Time on CBS. In the booth is Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, with the sideline reporter being Miss Tracy Wolfson. What do you think?
Okay, I don't need to speak about Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Y'all, you should know them.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, their tight end, I like him. He's pretty good. He can block. He's a dual threat tight end. He can receive, block, do it all. Zay Flowers, I think their star wide receiver. I think they're getting him back. He made the Pro Bowl this year. Honestly, I don't think he should have, though.
That's hateful.
No, because as a rookie, Brian Thomas Jr. has better stats in every compartment than Zay Flowers, and he got snubbed.
Okay.
So, Zay Flowers is still really good. Receiving core for the Ravens is pretty good. Their defense, I like their linebacker Roquan Smith and Marlon Humphrey at their DB.
Marlon Humphrey.
I like that.
We met Marlon.
Bills now. Ooh. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I finally remember the running back, James Cook. That's who it is.
Cook.
James Cook.
I'll be sure to have this on this piece of paper. So
James Cook. That's who it is.
See, I got notes. Yeah, this is all handwritten because I get this off the internet from allegedly unreliable sources. So. Well, okay, so what you pick?
I wasn't done with the Bills.
Oh, sorry.
I like the Bills O-line. I like their defense. I like the wide receiver core. They don't really have like big name receivers, but they get down and dirty. They do. And tough one. Dang. Why the tough ones always have to be last?
I think this one going to overtime. Like 3 overtimes or something stupid. This one's going to be a grind.
Oh.
And they're playing at the Bills.
Oh, okay. That affects it.
They're playing at the Bills. And if y'all don't know,
affects it.
And you got to deal with Bills Mafia, this is the equivalent of Jemison going to Clinton. It's kind of like that.
This is tough.
Yeah.
I want to hear who you got first.
I've already said I don't know. I think it's going to 3 overtimes, and I don't know. I have to say I love Derrick Henry. I've always loved Derrick Henry. It's been an honor to watch his career evolve. He's just been a GOAT from the get, and I'm going to have to pull Roll Tide allegiance here, and I'm going to say go Ravens, but I can't tell you nothing about the score.
Honestly, I would like to see a Bills and Chiefs rematch this year. Dang. I really don't know who I want to win. I like both teams. And shout out the basketball coach Jemison, Coach Neighbors. He really likes the Bills. I'm so tempted to pick the Bills just for him.
Well, he is your homeroom teacher.
But honestly, I'm going with the Ravens.
You're going with the Ravens?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go Derrick Henry.
They have too many weapons compared to the Bills. This one is close one. Very, very close.
And who did the Bills? They played the Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was easy, so they're not that beat up. But the Ravens played the Steelers. Again, not that bad.
I got the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to say Ravens on that. But it might depend on the weather. Might depend on the weather. It does snow in Baltimore, and they ought to be used to that.
Mm-hmm.
Just to let you guys know about Big Red's elite ball knowledge, he actually matched a superstar this week who does a lot of podcasting for DraftKings, and they picked the exact same scheme or whatever you call it. Same picks.
Same team.
Same teams. They had one loss. One surprising loss. So shout out to Big Red and LeBron James. Because LeBron James, if you don't know, he was a balling high school football player, and he went toward the basketball because he had choices and options. But, well, that's what we got for this week with the NFL plays anyway. And we're going to say bye, and we'll see you guys after these games.
All right.
So we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye, y'all.